There's too much anime and not enough time. Is this one worth yours? Here's Ergo.
Ergo ステート
Studio.
Ergo was animated by Toei Animation, which is responsible for a lot of big names like One Piece and Dragon Ball Z, which I'm sure you know. So yeah, they know how to handle energy, fights, and over-the-top moments. Ergo just happens to apply that energy to rollerblades with engines.
Dub's availability.
Yes, there is an English dub. It's decent. Not amazing, not terrible. Very much a product of the mid-2000s dubbing. Some performances land, some feel a bit stiff, but it's absolutely watchable. Dubbing, as we know it now, was still properly finding its footing back then. And it shows. So, if you prefer dub, you're safe here. If you're picky and a Puritan, sub is still the better experience.
Genre.
Ergo sits somewhere between action, sports, shonen, and street culture chaos, dipping its toe into grind fiction or Shibuya punk. It's technically about inline skating, but also gangs, and also territory control, and also people flying through the air at unreasonable speeds, and needless messy plot at times.
Synopsis.
The story follows Iki, a delinquent kid who stumbles into the world of air treks, motorized rollerblades that let people defy physics. What starts as simply messing around quickly turns into turf wars, team battles, climbing a literal power structure, the Trophium Tower, needless plot. Because of course there's a ranking system. There's always a ranking system. Far be it for a younger me to think it was just a cool anime about cool inline skating that looked cool.
Characters.
Iki is your classic, loud, confident, slightly dumb, naturally talented protagonist. Certainly a trope for the era it was made. Iki doesn't really understand the world that he's entering, but he's very good at it. Ringo, the quiet, composed female lead with hidden depth and harbors some hidden feelings. Of course. The loyal friend group who slowly becomes Iki's team under their air trek group name Kogarasamaru. And various rivals or storm riders who take this air trek skating thing way more seriously than anybody probably should. Many of them leaning into themes like fire or tank or onigiri. Every character leans into some archetype, but with just enough personality to keep it somewhat engaging. Then you have the obligatory side characters. Stylish, weird, sometimes completely unhinged. Each team of Storm Riders feels like its own subculture with an accompanying unique look.
Aesthetic.
This is the main reason people recall Ergo. It's very early 2000s, street fashion heavy, graffiti energy, mechanical urban fusion, and like I said, grind fiction or Shibuya punk leaning. Air treks aren't just equipment, they're quite literally identity pieces. The show looks cool. Even when the story slows down, it still looks cool. People flying through the air of a nighttime Tokyo backdrop on motorized inline skates is the pinnacle of looking damn cool. If you enjoy style-heavy anime over strict realism, power systems with rankings and titles, team dynamics and rival crews, early 2000s anime energy, you'll probably enjoy this.
Episodes and pacing.
Ergo has 25 episodes plus a few OVAs. The pacing is uneven, to say the least. It starts strong, builds momentum, and then kind of stops before it fully resolves. It feels like it wanted to go further and just didn't get the chance. On the upside, it's not a very lengthy anime that requires a lot of time invested. Ergo was really never about the story, it was just about the feeling and the aesthetic. Because the story does falter a bit, I will say that, but it looks damn cool. That early 2000s, this is bloody cool and I don't care if it makes no sense, energy. And to be fair, it still works in its favor till this day. Ergo is messy, but stylish. Unfocused at times, but it has a very specific identity. So much so that folks modded Iki into a game like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. So if you like style, energy, street-level absurdity, and inline skates with engines, this works. However, if you prefer good, well-paced storytelling and a clean structure, you might want to skip this. And that's Ergo, pretty much.